obviously you spent a lot of time going in that jail, and then in I don't know if it was 90. When was you back out of jail? 93, 94?
95.
95. Okay,
yeah.
so you come back out of jail.
Yeah.
And
that's when I knew things were different.
Did you bump into? I mean, you mentioned Miser the Foot Soldier. Did you actually bump into the Essex Boys?
Yeah, of course I did. Yeah. I mean, like Tony Tucker. I met him in. I didn't like him, not being funny. I don't want to offend his family. I didn't like him, and I didn't think it was nothing special. And I was like 12 and a half stone at the time. And perhaps it's weird in this world, we bump into each other in different stages. And I met him in a club once, and I'll never forget, fucking massive, huge bodybuilder. But like people like me, it didn't matter. And my mate bumped into him. I was on an ecstasy pill, funny enough, and I was on a New York pill, and it was going all slowing down. I didn't see it. I just somehow was rushing. I just pointed me, and I see him go, my mate, see you. My mate bumped into him with a drink. My mate ain't violent. He went, but he was in a bad place. He's in different Indian country now. This fella, mate, you got me? He's not on Hollywood or fucking anything else. He's in Hackney, mate. Yeah. Right. Where everyone's fucking holding that. And I ran over to him. He went, one thing I don't like, I heard him say to my mate, is one, getting caught in the rain. I could hear this through all the music. I can read people's lips, yeah? And this bird's there, and I see what, and I don't tell her, because it's a story. Because this is why I won't do a story, because I go, I won't mention anything I fucking want, because it's my story, and I don't care, mate, yeah? Because I talk the truth. I hear a lot of things. I don't run people down on telly. There's not one person who would say, Tony Argent wouldn't say that story's true. Yeah, he verifies that. And I said to him, he went one caught out in the rain, he went another one is getting wet, yeah, or something like that. And another one was a who bumped drink onto me in front of this giggly bird. So I ran straight over. I went, do you know what? I said, I don't like three things. I went for some big fucking monster, honey monster, yeah? I said, bumping into my mate, yeah, having a go at my mate. I said, and I'll tell you what, I said, it's true. I went, at the time, mate, I meant it and all. I said, see me, I'm going to put about fucking 1,000 holes in your chest in a minute, mate. How about that? And I meant it. And, he just, someone come over and went, nah. And I met him again at the Epping Country Club. And then I see him at the door. I find him a very aggressive, horrible, growly person.
But as a person, you just said he was basically just terrorised people. He was.
Yeah, if he's got any family out there, sorry, but I have to speak mine. I found him as just something like that wouldn't. But it's funny, I've come across him a few times, and I don't think people like me, to do what they're doing off their head, like stamping on people, throwing them out. To me, you might make them bigger than what they were. Do you understand me? Yeah. Not in an horrible way.
The only reason I ask is because obviously
I'm a fucking Essex boy. If there's any real Essex boy, it's me. Right. Do you understand me? Because Canning Town is Essex, and it is me. Yeah. Yeah.
But I think the media called them that. But it's good to know what your experiences are, because obviously there's a lot of myths about it.
And Ralph, no disrespect to the family here, your brother and that. I just have to say, it's like, I'm trying to be a fucking living normal life at the moment. It's fucking hard. I get up every day, I worry. You know what I mean? So today I don't care if you could ask me any question, because you know what, I don't give a fuck about anyone saying what you shouldn't say.
What were the other guys like? Craig, Ralph, and
Ralph was a complete fucking night. Do you know what? No disrespect. You could say the same about me and be in prison, but I wouldn't come across like that, mate. No. But there was just a person who actually thought it fucking lived in a fantasy world of thinking you just trip over everyone you fucking want. Yeah, they're probably going to say, yeah, you did again.
And what about what was Pat Tate like? Was Pat Tate like his?
I like Pat.
He was out of the three, he was the one that you liked.
I like Pat. Sad. Pat was all right, mate. But nice fella. Drugs. People go drugs. No, it's not. He tried hard. He's just, he had a lot of issues and all. Pat. He wasn't a bad fella. You know what I mean? But people lose their way for a reason. He's got his own story. Tucker's got their own story. Tucker growls at people. You can't go around grabbing. You don't know what the stories are. Why was he saying? He said, I don't really care. A lot of people that have fucking have gone. I'm not going to sit here and lie just because I'm fucking been in prison and that. Some people, they go.
And what about Carlton Leech?
Carlton, I met Carlton a few times, not being funny. I've, not about the same, but being like, I should have been, like, I don't think I say at Carlton, when people say they should have been there, well then fucking, if you say you should have been there, then well fucking, Carlton, you've been gracefully, if you should have been there, then fucking, it feels like sometimes I feel like people want to reenact it. So if you want to be there, get in a fucking Range Rover and blow yourself away. I'm not saying to geese you off, but not being funny, I'll say as I want to say. You're not fucking, I'll tell you now, I'm willing to be open for a challenge. You couldn't rattle, no, it's not fair. You couldn't rattle me. Them men couldn't rattle me. They wouldn't, I'm being honest, you wouldn't stand a chance. They're dangerous, sounds like I'm digging them, but I'm just saying, yeah, in their own right. So it was Dorman, yeah? Dorman won't fucking bother me. Yeah, Dorman fucking throws me about Mitch Marsh shirt. Can't want to know what I mean by that. I'll be straight back. I don't care if you're 18 foot, mate, and you're getting one. Yeah. You know what I mean? That's the difference.
And what was the relationship? Because obviously in Rise of the Foot Soldier, obviously Carlton had his story, where the inner city firm, taking on the Turkish mafia, and then obviously even being best mates with.
Fuck me, I didn't know West Ham was that powerful.
No,
honestly,
I know some of it.
That's like a football hooligan taking on the Turkish mafia. Let me tell you what, I know some great Turks all my life, and let me tell you what, a London bank. See the Turks, mate. I'm not being funny. You it's like me saying I'm a fucking bushwhacker. I'm going to go and take on fucking Turkish mafia. I don't know. You got a film from that saying that. Then that's ludicrous. It's like me saying I work in a fairground. I'm going to go and take on the Turkish mafia, and with a goldfish. Fucking thing. I mean,
I think there was a little.
I'm not looking for you. Listen.
I think there was a little bit of creative license for that, but it was in the movie. But he obviously always says that him and Tony would look good pals, and this.
Well, yeah, different. Everyone says different. Everyone is good pals.
I mean, you were there, so it was just good to hear
I've never seen a. Carlton actually done me proud one, trying to fight in the Can of Med, so I'll give him credit. And he was game enough to help me out, and I was outnumbered. So through that, but I just don't know what so much fuss has been made over it all, to be fair. Perhaps, they've been given something like...
There's been 20 films and probably 20 books about it, hasn't there? It's been...
How many more? Joe Blogs, Jimmy Blogs, Johnny Two Shows, size 10 Wellington boot. Fuck me. I murdered him, I might have done it, my dad murdered it, my son murdered it. Fucking hell, how many more people? Yeah? Right. I've done it. Or people go and tell you now, they go, how many people you killed? What, you get people to go, look. Look, what's that? I'm not saying, look. No, what a prick, yeah? Go and ask me, go on, how many people I killed?
How many people you killed?
No. You know what I mean? Like, it's like me going, look. I'm not saying. Yeah? Right. That's madness. Right. Yeah, fucking come on.
Because
I don't mean that, by the way. I ain't 30 odd there.
But there was a lot of. It's only 15. It wasn't 30.
It makes me laugh. It's in me just, mate. I knew he was going to make me laugh. Lovely. No, it's all right. No, yeah.
So with the Essex Boys, obviously there were some other characters. Obviously, it was like Jack Williams and Mickey Steele. There was.
I met Mickey Steele inside.
Yeah. What was he like?
Yeah, not a bit of me.
Right.
Not a bit of me, mate. No. I mean, look, that's where I'm different.